My biggest fear, because there's a saying in the promoters world, you're only as good as your last game. So what happens if my last event, my funeral, no one fucking turns up?
We're in the refuge. What do you reckon of this then?
I have a story with this place.
Oh yeah, when it was the Palace?
Yeah, and when I had Sankey's, we put a DJ in there. When I had Sankey's, so 2000, 2006, we put Derek May in here. And half an hour after being put in his room, he phoned up, he wanted to check out quick, he said it was haunted.
Really?
Yeah, because it was quite old, he hadn't spent any money on it. So to come in and to see something brought alive again, it's nice, really nice.
The first time I saw this, I was like, wow, this is...
Yeah, well I mean, the guys, you know him obviously, but you know,
sure.
Justin and Luke, the guys behind this, hats off. I knew it was opening and I thought that funny location, I'm not sure they're going to pull the people in, but when I heard who was behind it, slam dunk.
Yeah, they're going to be. And put a couple of trees inside anywhere and you are...
I mean, you're laughing. It makes you feel relaxed.
It does, yeah.
Maybe Aldi should start putting trees here, there.
Yeah. What are other sort of, maybe in court?
Court to be a good one.
Put a few trees in there, you sort of relax.
Post offices.
You
know, it's like cashier number 14, please, and you could have a tree there.
Flatbread, please, Jay.
Yeah. Guys. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Got the Sacha Lord salmon there, or smoked potato and beetroot.
Someone's just talking about that.
And flatbreads.
Excellent, lovely.
Enjoy.
Fantastic.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So have you ever eaten before? Yeah.
Not in here.
Not here.
No.
I mean, you have eaten before. I mean, most people have.
Yeah.
Get to a certain age and
Just
I
occasionally.
need to have something to eat. Like. But no, I've never eaten it. I mean, I've heard a lot of good stuff about this bad boy here. This smoked. I think it's.
Do you know what really worries me when this goes out? If this bit goes out, someone might pause me. So I've got like that. What was it, Milliband bacon sandwich thing going on?
Oh yeah, that's what I was worried.
So do I like?
You could do like sort of. No, because that even looks even worse.
Yeah,
you just got to embrace it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what was it? Was Theresa May in like a bag of chips or something?
Eating a chip while she was.
How can you not eat chips or a bacon butty? What's up with it? Just get it in your mouth. And...
See, that's interesting. So, you just called it a butty. So last week it all kicked off on social media for me because I spoke about a chip balm. It's a chip balm.
You know the worst one? Tea cake. Have you ever heard that?
I mean, the people that call them tea cakes, they're not right in their head.
I agree with you.
A cob.
A cob.
Fuck's a cob?
Cob's a thing that you have like in
corn on the
Nando's,
cob, that's fine, but
cob. Can I have a bacon cob, please? No, you can't. Get out. Fuck off.
Yeah, no.
Until you come back with a bacon butty.
And grow up whilst you're at it.
Yeah. Cob. No, yeah, Oldham, it's a butty. Or a muffin, actually.
Muffin was quite popular.
Yeah, because we have the old oven bottom muffin, Lancashire oven bottom muffin factory. I'm not usually a fish kind of guy, but nice bit of salmon.
Nice, isn't it?
Goes down a treat.
Have you tried umasushi?
I've not been to umasushi. As I said, fish. Fish is not my...
not your bag?
Not really, no. Have you been to 20 Stories yet?
Love it. On the launch, they recreated a painting. Did you see that?
I believe so.
And they stuck my face on it.
Was there any prior sort of...
No, I knew about it. And the idea was to recreate a painting of people who operate in Manchester at the moment. You know, people who are doing things in Manchester.
Stuff,
And I think it was supposed to be like a nod to the Last Supper almost. So they phoned up and said, "Did you mind? You know, it's a tongue-in-cheek thing.
Yeah.
Were you up for it?" And I was like, "Yeah." It caused such a stink because
I saw a bit of it.
People didn't get it. I mean, firstly, PR, brilliant for them. Everyone's talking about it. And art is supposed to create debate and split opinion.
Exactly.
Not everyone loves Jackson Pollock. Some people think it's just a load of splats. And then this one guy who has a website in Manchester gave them a right kicking.
Not just because...
Because where's Tony Wilson? He's not here.
Yeah, he's not.
You know, it's not. It wasn't a painting of the legends. It was a painting of
now,
people.
and I suppose that's a good way of looking at it as well, because I think people could do say sort of things about Manchester. It does sort of hark back a bit too much. Were you happy with how you looked?
No.
Were you not? What?
No, it was.
Where did you get a picture from?
They just, I think they'd Googled this or something. It was an old one from like 2013. I had a fringe. So fortunately, it looked nothing like me.
That's all right then.
Which is quite good.
You can just sort of like
pass it off.
Yeah.
It was an honour.
That's good.
I felt I was quite chuffed.
Is it still up there?
No, I don't know where it is. But they've probably burnt it.
Right. Probably like in his backyard or something.
Probably.
Getting wet.
But no, I think it's. Have you seen the views from up there?
I have, yeah. I mean,
mind blowing.
There's nothing better than a few bevies, nice bit of grub, and
yeah. I mean, in the summer,
that sort of view, yeah.
That's going to be the #1 place in town.
I probably won't be able to get in, to be fair.
No.
Like, looking like I do. Do you know what I mean?
There's Latam look. Olivia, my hairdresser, up until he left to go to LA, used to cut Zlatan's hair. And I'd always say to her, just get his autograph for me.
Yeah.
I've never seen him, never met him, just get his autograph. And she's like, I can't, it's not very professional, is it? Cut your hair, ask for an autograph.
Halfway through.
So last season at Warehouse Projects, I turned up on a Friday night, I had a haircut, and she said, I've got a present for you. Oh, what is it? She said it was a piece of white paper that was folded up. So I opened it. What is that there? It's Zlatan's hair. It's like, you're fucking joking. So I was like, folded it up, put it really carefully in my pocket. All the customers went in, and I was like, most of the security are Reds.
Sure.
It's not a coincidence. So I said to them, come round, look at this.
Check this.
What's that there? It's Zlatan's hair. It's like, fuck it, everyone was touching his hair like that on a piece of paper. Then I walked in with the door lads into the middle of the dance floor, sprinkled like the magic dust into like Warehouse Project Store Street.
Everyone went crazy. Everyone went mental. Now, I think that's officially stalking. That, I think, stealing someone's hair.
I think you could probably be done for that, yeah.
I
like to think that Zlatan is in Store Street now. Although he's not with us, he's in LA. He's blessed Store Street.
He's still there. It's still sort of his spirit.
His presence is there.
Spirit.
Yeah. If you got some of his hair, you'd be amazed.
Yeah. You could clone him.
Yeah.
And get 11 Zlatans.
That would give Pep a run for his money, wouldn't it?
Good idea, that.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Oh, lovely.
More dishes, beetroot pakora and croquettes.
Lovely. What's that on?
Beetroot pakora there.
Beetroot pakora. Beetroot again. Lovely stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, good beat. Yeah, I mean, it was always as a kid. Best day was my mum's meat and tater rash.
Spam hash?
No, just like whatever meat you could find, like that day at the market.
Yeah.
And loads of beetroot. Big beetroot guy growing up.
They could never tell you what meat it was, could they? They just said it was meat.
Yeah, mystery meat. Just sort of, just eat it. Eat it, or you're not having any. You're not having a choc ice.
Yeah.
That's usually how it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, but there were those crap choc ices. Well, you got 12 in a box. They weren't branded. It was just
terrible,
like white plastic on the outside.
Yeah. And they'd after a while in the freezer, they'd get like sort of that weird sort of white coating on the chocolate.
What is that?
I don't know. Disappointment. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Used to really do my head in.
They're nice.
The pakoras. What's this dip run here?
I've got a thing with croquettes. I'm going to try them, but when I was at school, I was forced to eat croquettes.
Yeah, they're a big thing, weren't they?
I threw up.
Oh.
So if I see a croquette now, I'm a bit like, But the food here is brilliant. I saw your interview with Neville.
Oh yeah.
The Rabbit Under the Moon, is it called?
Rabbit in the Moon.
In the Moon.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Really weird. I mean, weird.
That's my problem with it.
You think it might be a bit too out there?
First, I thought it was a great interview. Not just saying that because you're here.
Really? Thanks.
My favourite bit was the two blokes with the high-vis jackets that walked in. He wasn't happy, was he?
No, not at all. No. I think we had 14 courses, but I think that it's 18 in total. I think that's 17 or 18, and it is such a like all your senses are getting used, and the sort of different taste that you're getting is such a it's like an experience. I mean, as you can imagine, that sort of it
takes you through the whole.
Yeah.
I am impressed with this. I've been in here 3 or 4 times just for a drink.
Yeah.
But I've never actually eaten in here.
Well, same here. I mean, I've been to a couple of the they do like weekenders on bank holidays where they have a massive party out in the
Electric Chair Boys.
Yeah. They're real good,
Very, very good. Take my hat off to him. Them. I say them, but it's mainly Luke that I know because They had this monthly night running that you probably remember called Electric Chair. It's a venue that's no longer here called the Music Box, Top Box Road. Really successful. All the musos loved it. All the musos gathered there every month, and then just stopped it like that. And it was so cool the way he did it. And Sam and I have always discussed, not copying what they did, but we've always thought we're going to finish Warehouse Project when it's at its absolute
on a high
peak.
Yeah.
When we've taken it where we can take it, then it's going to stop. Bit like Take That did in their heyday.
Or Fergie, Alex Ferguson. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he always
correct.
said he was going to stop at the top. I think that is the best way to do it, isn't it? You know.
The Warehouse started in 2006.
See, I remember
12
that
years.
first. I remember
Boddington's.
the first one at Boddington's. Yeah. What was the opening night?
October the 6th. It was a Thursday night. It was Public Enemy.
Public Enemy. It was. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know the story about the issues I had there, don't you?
I mean, what was it? Noise and all that with
so
Strange Ways.
we had a full license. Police approved it, fire approved it, environmental health approved it. So we had the full shebang. And the first night when Public Enemy went on, within 15 minutes, my phone was going like the clappers. And I thought, it's just someone have to guess this. So I was blanking it.
Yeah.
And then I answered it, and it was the governor from Strange Ways Prison kicking off. It's like, what are you doing?
That is someone you don't want to mess with either, isn't it?
No, but it was leaking through the roof, the noise, the
Right.
bass. So I had 3 months of hell. Environmental health used to park outside and used to say, if we have one complaint for the prison tonight, shut you down. And we actually, through our lawyer, we worked out this mechanism that they couldn't shut us down
Yeah.
because they had to serve me or Sam, my business partner, as directors. They had to serve us with a notice. You couldn't serve it to a customer.
Like personally in your
We're
hands.
shutting you down.
There you go.
So I used to park my car on the outside of Bonington's around the back.
Yeah.
So if they ever came in, I was off.
You couldn't
Couldn't
scarf
serve us, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
I suppose the prisoners weren't complaining, were they?
We used to get letters on the Tuesday, Wednesday, because obviously we had a website, and the
Yeah.
prisoners used to see who was DJing and stuff. We'd get letters on prison letterhead saying, have you recorded Jeff Mills' set from last Saturday? It's like, we used to sit there and think, this is fucking nuts, it's crazy. So that's why we ended up at Store Street, because it was an ex-air raid shelter with 12-foot thick walls.
And that's,
You can just let the music go.
Yeah. I mean, you have gone from strength to strength, really, haven't you, with Warehouse Project. It is known everywhere, probably around the world.
We sit in this little bubble in our office in Castlefield, so we don't fully understand, what it means to people.
Yeah.
We know we sell the tickets, which obviously means something, but if I go to out of Manchester, which is rare and unusual, people heard of Warehouse Projects. I'm like, really?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a bit weird, that.
I've been previous jobs. I've been all around the country speaking to students and things like that. They all know about it, and like even like a hostel in South America or something.
Yeah.
You speak to people, and they'll bring up like three things: footy, is it support Man City or Man United? I'm like, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
The Smiths, the Warehouse Project.
Yeah, weirdly, well, not weirdly, but there are small warehouse parties going on in most cities, so it's not unique like it used to be. But it's the original Warehouse brand.
Yeah.
So we're pretty proud of it. And obviously from that came other things like Parklife, and we had Hideout in Croatia, and we've got Animat Festival in Malta, so things have sprung out of that as well. And we do a lot at the Albert Hall, which is a great venue.
In case like anyone doesn't know, I mean, like how did you even start like in this game? Like what was your first venture?
It's been well documented that I should not be sat here having this meal.
What do you mean?
I should be cleaning windows or in prison. Or, I don't.
Listening to Public Enemy.
I went to a really good school. Went to Manchester Grammar. I was born in Withenshaw Hospital. Grew up in Alty. Went to MGS.
Is that on Old Hall Lane?
Yeah.
Used to live opposite there at uni.
Did you?
Yeah. I used to.
Which halls were you in?
No, it was a house.
A house, right? Fine.
Nice
there's a few on there.
Nice little house, a few doors down from our
very
landlord.
posh.
Yeah, it was a bit posh actually,
Yeah.
a bit too posh. Well, I mean, we made it.
Bet you used to go to gaffs, didn't you?
All the time, yeah.
Yeah,
Big gas
brilliant.
guy. Best.
Cheap cigs under the tent.
I mean,
He did everything,
Yes.
didn't he? Yeah.
It's brilliant. I know it's like a vegan shop now.
What is that? I saw that.
Like a vegan shop.
Yeah.
It's like, can we get the most opposite of gas ever? It was
Yeah.
the vegan shop.
But so no, I did really well at my GCSEs, and then I just fucked up on my A-levels because I discovered the Hacienda, and then that was it. But I was lucky to be a dropout at the explosion of Manchester during that period, and the acid house at the Hacienda, so that just sort of triggered everything. I had to put a party on. The first one was at the Haas, 4th of July 94, and then that was it.
And that sort of kicked off.
Yeah.
What was it like then, Hacienda? Because I mean, we had Greg Wilson and Colin Curtis on a little documentary, and Greg was saying that it wasn't. Not every night was a big night. It was a bit of a failure on most nights.
If you speak to the kids now, they think for 10 years it was fucking rammed.
Yeah.
Monday through to Sunday, queues around the block. It was not like that. For a 2-year period, they had a Good Friday and Saturday night. But it was pioneering because it was, acid house music had landed. It was here. Everyone under that roof was doing something different that had never been seen before.
Yeah, it sort of hit that it was a perfect place on that wave of
it just discovered ecstasy as well. The whole thing happened at the right time. So there was a very successful 2-year period. But in terms of it being a business, the Hacienda was financially a failure.
Yeah.
In terms of it being a success.
Culturally.
Yeah. Everybody knows the Hacienda. Everybody.
Yeah. And I mean, you were part of that, weren't you, as well? I mean, how's that feel?
Well, I wasn't. I was a customer in those days, and then I went on to run student nights at the Hacienda, and then I went on to reopen Sankey Soap nightclub, which then gave us warehouse projects and a few other things.
Went on from there.
Yeah.
What was your night at the Hacienda then? What?
Scandalous. Basically, my first night, the idea was a student night. That was my first mistake. 4th of July, there are no students, they've gone home.
Oh yeah, they have, yeah.
That's where the business plan sort of dropped at that point. Secondly, I got screwed over on the rent for the club. Who pays £1,100 for a Monday night at a club?
Yeah.
So I was in debt by £1,100 plus the flyers. There were no students, so me and my pal went around all the shops and were blagging the independents, saying, oh, it's going to be a big party, big special party, and people are going to be there, Take That are going to be there, keep it under the council, don't tell anyone about it. And as soon as you say, don't tell anyone about it, they tell everyone about it. And I got 736 people paying £7 on a Monday night, so it made money. And luckily, I was friendly with Jason Orange's twin brother, identical twin brother, Justin Orange, and he came down. He was there, and the girls were happy there.
Get a few more lookalikes. Get a Del Boy lookalike.
When you just do when you've had a few pints and they're like, you said M people here. Like Pickering's he's gone.
Yeah.
Where's he?
Exactly.
That's.
He'll be back in a minute, and then they'll have forgotten about it.
There's Heather Smart. I'd say Heather. And it's just.
Just look for a girl with a massive big haircut. There she is. No, she's gone now.
Yeah, no, pulled it off. It was good.
Cleared his way for you guys.
Yes,
that was great.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Good.
Really good, thank you.
Thank you.
So the thing is, if the camera wasn't there, I would have scoffed all of that.
Yeah, you got to like rein yourself in a little bit, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm a pig.
I've got a sweet tooth.
Have you?
Massive, which I'm avoiding by the sugar because of the holiday thing. Warehouse season on a Friday night, I'll do my shop for the weekend at the supermarket, and I always get the box of this 8 Kinder sticks.
Oh, the ones, is it the ones with the little lad's face?
That's it.
They're
only that big there, 8 of them. My plan is I'll have 2 on the Friday night, I'll have 4 on the Saturday when I'm chilling in front of the footy, and another 2 on the Sunday.
Proper planning out your chocolate consumption.
Doesn't happen. By the time I've pulled into the drive, they've gone.
We share.
I'll tell you what we should move on to, actually. I mean, the big sort of elephant in the room, and in Manchester really, is Parklife.
Yeah.
I mean, you are Parklife.
It's 2 of us. It's me and Sam.
You and Sam.
Yeah,
and
he's the smart one because he's not as vocal as me.
Okay. Keeps his.
He's under the radar.
See, do you ever remember Fallowfest in Owens Park?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Do you remember? And then did that then become Mad Ferret?
I don't think. No, I think they were different promoters. So Mad Ferret was at Plattfields for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then first year didn't make any money. They didn't nail it, and the infrastructure wasn't in place, and they didn't have the cash flow, and they cut corners, and it was. I felt sorry for the guys. So we sat down with them and said, look, let's do something together so we can bring a more professional approach to it. They were just students. And fair play to them, a couple of them are still involved as shareholders in Parklife.
What made you think, I want to do this?
No, well, if you think about it, Liverpool had Creamfields, all the major cities have festivals.
Yeah.
What Manchester have? And it's now the biggest metropolitan festival in the UK, which we're dead proud about.
That is I mean, what is the sort of capacity of, what will they let you do it? They'll let you do it and you're doing it right up to
Actually, I tell a lie, 79,999. That's what we can sell it to.
Bloody hell.
So if we go to 80,000, I've oversold it by one.
Right.
It can't go any bigger, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, it's taken the whole footprint of Heaton Park where we can have it.
Meatballs, I want for sushi way, please.
We share.
Oh,
There you go. 2 salads for you.
lovely, thank you.
Thank you.
Cauliflower and lamb meatballs.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Lovely, thanks
Cheers.
mate, cheers.
We sell 50,000 tickets in the first 48 hours have gone on sale. Mad. With any event, you know, within the first 5 minutes of going on sale, whether it's going to go or not.
Right.
So the very, very tense moments, those moments. It's like when we announced Warehouse Project, third week in July. If there's 32 shows, in the first 10 minutes I can tell you those 3 shows there are not going to sell out.
Okay.
You can just get a smell for it, a
Yeah.
vibe for it. So yeah, I just sit at home when we go on sale, looking what people are saying on social media, which 95% of the time is really positive. Well, I had a weird one last week, really weird. Because I do get trolled, and I always ignore them.
Yeah.
Because I just think you're an
can't be
dickhead.
arsed, yeah.
Yeah, can't be arsed. And I said something last week. It was something so basic. I think it was something like sun's out, summer's coming, Parklife's on the way. Got retweeted loads, really positive comments, bang, 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 bang. This one guy, you're a nonce. Like, where's that come from? It bothered me for an hour. Like, clearly, I'm not a nonce. So I sent him a message to say, that's not very nice, why did you say it? Didn't get a reply. Next day I got a reply from him. Haha, massive fan, love your work, glad I got your attention. Don't call me a nonce to get my attention. Yeah, what's what? Just, my mum's on Twitter. I have to tell her, do not respond to anything you ever say. Because she always
protecting you.
I'll be driving into work and I normally call her every couple of days just to make sure she's not falling down the stairs or something.
Yeah.
And I'll just, you alright? Did you see what that guy said about you the other day? Well, I did, but it's not bothered me. And then she goes on about it, and then it does bother me.
Yeah.
So I just said, listen, ignore what they say.
Yeah. There's just.
I must phone her actually and tell her I'm not a nonce. Just in case she's thinking. Yeah. These are really good. Who chose this?
The good people at the Refuge.
Did they?
Brand new menu, been out.
Very good.
But I think there's quite. You can tell there's a bit of a Lebanese, sort of Middle Eastern sort of influence to it, which is, I think works really well.
It gets on my wick a bit that I've not got the time to go to as many restaurants in Manchester as I want to, because there's some great stuff here at the moment. Brilliant.
I think it's getting to the point where you can't just bang out shite.
You can't. I think these days people don't mind paying the money if the product's good. And I think 5 years ago people were paying average prices for average food and everyone was getting away with it. But now there's definitely, I mean, surely to God we're sniffing on a Michelin star soon. We've got to be.
Yeah.
I think we've got a problem with Manchester.
Too many people going to festivals eating
Do you think that's it?
falafel wraps.
Do you know what? The festival food this year is looking quite good. We sign off all the catering vans, and we don't want to be one of these festivals where it's just burger and chips and, crap.
Yeah.
So there's lots of vegan stuff this year, actually.
I mean, I was going to ask you about your sort of like, have you got like a sort of big sort of green pledge going on this year with Parklife? I mean, what's...
Yeah, I mean, that came because I was watching Sky News, and it blew me away the damage that we're doing to the planet.
In terms of like plastics and all that kind of stuff.
Andy Burnham put his pledge out about Manchester being green, so we just supported it.
When's the more stressful? Is it on the build up to it? Is it during it?
During.
During.
Because the second those doors open, on the Saturday morning to the second they close on the Sunday night, you've got 80,000 people there all doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And you cannot, although you put everything in place to protect your customers when they come in, and we do above and beyond what we're supposed to do. There's practically a hospital on site. We've got more than enough security. We've got all the sniffer dogs. We've got police there. I can't tell you what the bills are for GMP. Astronomical. Just takes one idiot to do something stupid, and it can ruin the event. Yeah. So the odds out of that, one idiot out of 80,000, pretty high. Yeah. So we just do everything we can to stop that.
I mean, and that's all you can do, really, isn't it? You can't really sort of. You can't tell people how to act, and you can't sort of police.
I mean, you can watch
too
them.
Much.
You can police them to an extent.
Yeah.
And if your lads are balling about, you kick them out.
Sure.
But it just takes one fool. The crowd last year at Parklife, I think, was the best crowd we ever had, and I think it had something to do with the tragedy that happened 2 weeks before.
Sure.
At the Ariana Grande gig, because everyone was there behaving. It was the first time there'd been like a big gathering of the demographic, 18 to 23-year-olds. You could tell the mums and dads had said, look, go there but behave, be careful.
Try and make it so it doesn't. Right, there you go.
That's good, isn't it?
Get involved.
Thank you.
I mean, from what happened last year, that must have had a massive impact on your organisation and just everything.
Well, it was 2 weeks before, so everything was planned and in place. We did make a few changes, and there were some very, very worried parents, but everybody turned up. I expected a drop-off of 10%, 8,000 people, full house, that says a lot for Manchester spirit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
I got a call from GMP licensing to say, listen, this is the message from the town hall, business as usual. There's going to be no changes. I think there might be a few bucket hats this year, because obviously we've got Liam on the Sunday.
Indeed,
So I think we might see the old...
Even more bucket hats than usual.
Yeah.
Loads of Adidas Gazelles.
Yeah.
And the odd Parker, depends on the
weather.
Potato
peeler.
What?
The old potato peeler coming out.
But yeah, I mean, Liam, that's a big booking, that.
My theory is, I mean, his album's good, As You Were, but I think the reason why we're having a big Liam resurgence is because of his appearance at the Ariana Grande gig when he came on. I think it's that combined with Supersonic, the documentary. Have you seen that?
I have, it's fucking
great.
Top, isn't it?
Are you Noel or Liam?
Difficult. That's a difficult question. Very difficult question.
See, I'm Noel.
I like Noel as well. I like Noel because I used to listen to Russell Brand's podcasts. He was on Radio 2 before he rung up Sachs or whatever. But
Andrew
Noel,
Sachs.
Yeah, but Noel Gallagher come on that pretty much every week, and he come across really well.
They're mates, aren't they?
Yeah. He's got a lot to say. I think I like him.
He has. I think he's more. Liam's more Radio 1. Noel's more Radio 6.
Every year he's just getting better and better, the bookings. Who does the bookings?
That's not me, that's Sam.
Is that Sam?
I have nothing to do with the bookings. I don't know who half of them are. But that's Sam.
As soon as it gets down like the second list of things.
First 6, 7, 8, 9 rows.
What's this about the Piccadilly Rats, I've heard?
I mean, that has blown out of all proportion. You're talking to them, aren't you?
Yeah.
So,
well, they do the busking like right near our office. Right on the corner.
So the thing is, Piccadilly Rats, they're never going to be top 10, are they? I know that, you know that.
Christmas number 1, maybe.
If you're a mank, you know Piccadilly Rats.
Yeah.
You do. So I just said something as a joke on Twitter. Bang! It went viral.
Yeah.
It's like, right, we need the Piccadilly Rats on.
Get them on.
And Sam said, Sam, you know those buskers on Market Street? We've got to put them on the main stage at Parklife. You fucking what? So yeah, they are on the main stage.
So what did he do? Did he go down and speak to them?
Someone from the office contacted. I contacted them publicly on Twitter to say, look, do you want to play Parklife?
But no, that'd be good. That's great. That's something like sort of giving back.
It's good to support Manchester, isn't it? We always try and do that, even with local artists. We always try and support them where we can.
That's good.
So that's what makes Manchester different than any other city. And I'm not saying this because I'm from Manchester.
Yeah.
It is a fact. And if I speak to my friends in London or wherever, they also say exactly the same thing. Everyone's just dead normal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't live anywhere else.
You see, I've tried, but I always end up back here.
It's,
do you know what I mean?
think naturally, if I had to live somewhere else in England, it would probably be London.
Yeah.
Because it would still be work related. But it's shit down there. Honestly.
How long for you over there, JP?
Mark my words, in 5 years' time, virtual reality, you will have a headset. I promise you, you will have a headset, and if Kendrick Lamar goes on sale at the MEN Arena, he will sell out in a minute.
Yeah.
Some people, it's not accessible because they can't go through disability or whatever, they can't get to there. Some people, it's too expensive. Some people weren't fast enough to get a ticket. This virtual reality headset, you'll be able to sit at home and watch exactly the same concert on pay-per-view. Got 50 quid, 45 quid. You'll be able to sit there and there will be cameras all the way around. It's literally 3D. You'll see the same concert.
Brilliant.
That is what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, I mean
Definitely. I've seen it.
Makes sense. Really?
Yeah, it's fucking the next level.
If you could do a Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
So next year's Parklife, right? You get Bill and Ted, so they go back in time, don't they, and get all historical figures.
Yeah.
So you're putting on the best festival. Who are you going to go back in time and get?
David Bowie.
You go get Bowie, but what era Bowie?
Ziggy Stardust.
Ziggy Stardust. See, I'm a thin white Duke, me. I like Young Americans, big Young Americans guy. Big time.
Yeah.
I'd get some peppers, I'd get some cocaine, I'd get some milk, and I'd be like, come on, David.
Let's do
Get
it.
on this stage.
But I'd have him Ziggy Stardust period, but with his 1994 hair.
Oh, would he flop down?
I mean, I tried to grow that 3 years ago. I tried to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is hair.
Yeah.
My hair's shit. Like, it just does this, and that's it. So I grew it, and it was down to about there.
Yeah.
And I had it there for a Parklife. And I was thinking, this looks quite good. I did a few interviews. I looked like a fucking moron. Honestly, I was like some sort of Spandau ballet reject.
Yeah.
I'd watch on my big telly at home, I'd watch like David Bowie reality tour, where he's in the wind and his hair's doing that, and I'd be like that in the mirror thinking, this is it. Nothing like it. My biggest fear, because there's a saying in the promoters world, you're only as good as your last game. So what happens if my last event, my funeral, no one fucking turns up? So I've spent my whole life.
You have to tell them, and people are going to be there.
That's it, yeah.
Get Jason Orange's brother.
My whole life trying to get people there, and the very last moment, just as I'm like, no one turns up, I'd be gutted. My lifetime ruined.
You'd be dead, it won't really matter, would it?
Yeah,
really?
no, I'd be there going, fuck.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. This is great, this. Look at that.
Oh my god. Try some of that in there. As well. So, funeral song, what is it? Don't want to put a dampener on everything.
2. On the way in, Smith's asleep.
Top tune. Sort of.
He's one of my neighbours, you know.
What, Morrissey?
Johnny Marr.
Johnny Marr?
So on my road.
Do you ever knocked on with a footy and that? So?
Been round to the house.
Is he?
Yeah.
Dead nice, man.
Really nice guy, dead down to earth.
Good.
So, and on the way out, Life on Mars.
Brilliant.
Nailed it.
There'll be no one there, but you've nailed it. Excellent.
Have a dance by myself. This is good, isn't it? Is this cream
Really
in
good.
the middle?
I'm not sure. I think is it cream?
I wondered if it was like a plum. Is it a plum nut?
Pear, not pear. It's what is it?
I need to ask.
I'm not big with fruits. It's very rare that I eat one.
Yeah,
Be alright though.
very, very good this. Go on then, your funeral, if you had to choose 2 tracks.
I've always said to not have a funeral, right? Just throw my body in the bin, right? I'm not bothered. Throw it in the trash.
What colour
Like
bin?
in a ditch somewhere, up in the moors. I'll let some, I don't know, whatever, eat me, right? I'm not bothered. But there's got to be a Ben Brown memorial concert where everyone
that's good.
just have like, you know, loads of people singing, on stage, but then just everyone, my mum, all my friends, all my family and all that, just getting absolutely fucking levered,
Yeah.
having a mint time, having a laugh,
That'd
just
be
getting
good.
absolutely just
Yeah. And if you could
pissed up.
have a Manchester artist there to sing one track, who would it be?
Oh,
Got to be alive.
Gotta be alive. Can I have the take that?
The original
Can I have take that
with Robbie.
with Robbie? Robbie sort of comes on halfway through. You know what I mean? All arrogant and that.
Yeah.
He comes on. Maybe they can sing "Back for Good." That'd be a nice one.
That'd be good. Pray.
There we go.
'Cause it's
yeah.
a funeral.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, well, no, it's a Ben Brown Memorial concert.
Memorial concert, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a funeral. Let's just let's have a party. Let's
Have a bit
it's
of a
not
laugh.
funeral, but, just get levered and have a
Ian
good
Brown
time.
would be a good one.
Ian Brown would actually be mint. Did you go to the Stone Roses thing at
Do you know
Peter
what?
Park a few
So
years back?
I've had Ian Brown on 3 times, I think. Has been like one of our gigs.
I think he was one of your early.
He was, yeah, and
early
he's done a
Park
couple at
nights,
Store Street. So, but I went to see the Stone Roses at the, what's that council house called in Eastlands? The Etihad. So I went there, and anyway, I was invited by the promoter Simon. He said, "I'll come watch them a box." So in the box, had a few drinks, and then went to sit outside. And it was like this little old lady sat next to me, and the second Ian came on, or the Roses came on and started singing, she was there like that. She was like 5'1", if that, and she knew every single lyric.
Mint.
In the middle of one of the songs, I went, "So you're a big Stone Roses fan?" She went, "Ian's my son." I was like, "Oh, Mrs. Brown, sorry." Yeah,
Brilliant.
So it was a nice
Yeah,
moment.
cool.
His dad was there in an Adidas trackie.
Adidas will be sending loads of shit to Ian
He
Brown.
gets-
what
he
they
gets
like.
loads,
Yeah,
apparently.
like, Dads,
Yeah.
get this on. Mum, pop that on.
Yeah,
Plaster the walls with it, with all the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever you
Brilliant.
can. Brilliant. So when's the next year's? Well, this year's warehouse project. When we're getting a line up.
third week in July.
Third week in July.
Yeah. So Sam's
That'll
in
be
the
good.
office now, actually.
Doing some bookings.
Yeah, getting the
So,
bookings.
I've got a few suggestions. Sophie Ellis Bextor, get her involved. She's a lovely girl.
Right.
I'll buy one ticket for that.
Yeah.
Timmy Mallet, get him down
I've
there.
had Timmy Mallet on.
Oh, God.
Seriously, I swear to you, I used to run a student night at Paradise Factory, it's now called Factory. Had Timmy Mallet on.
Timmy Mallet doing
1,200
itsy bitsy.
people singing Itsy Witsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini.
It was brilliant.
Great. I also had Bob Carroll G's with Spit the
What
Dog.
was Spit the Dog?
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Bob,
Yes.
how is this? So, I think Bob Carroll G's, it was a Thursday night, I think he was 800 quid. And I knew he was going to be busy, because we'd advertised Bob Carroll G's to Spit the Dog like the day
What
before.
year is this?
96, 97, maybe
in
98.
his heyday. That
Yeah.
was when he was peaking. Now,
His
wasn't he?
agent phoned me up the day before, said for another 400 quid he'll bring the dog.
You got
He was
to
just
say,
going
yeah.
to turn up by himself.
Yeah,
What's he going to do? Honestly,
It's like Keith Harris and Orville,
It's
and
just-
you have to pay extra for Orville.
just Keith turning up.
Yeah. Apparently, I heard that Keith Harris was really jealous of Orville and like really resented it, like the puppet. Like, that's what I heard.
Really?
Yeah, like he didn't like the fact that people wanted Orville as well.
Yeah, with his hand up a bird's arse. Bit weird, isn't it?
It is weird.
That wore a nappy as well.
Oh,
What's
yeah, it
going
was a
through his
baby.
mind?
It was a baby bird.
We should call the RSPCA on him.
Well, yeah, or somewhere. Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, thanks for that today.
No, thank you.
It's been lovely chatting
Really
to you.
appreciate it.
And yeah, good luck with everything, and I'm sure it's going to be mint. And I'll
Thank you.
you know, I'll see you there. How about that?
Definitely. See you
stuff.
down at the front.
Lovely. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.